audible to all of you? Please mention in the comments if I'm audible and the video is clear. You can see the screen also, I guess. If there is any problem with the video or audio, please mention. Let me just check if everything is fine. Okay. Hello Vijay, good evening. Okay, so then we can start the lectures. We can start this YouTube live session. Bit hazy, I will refresh once. Yes Vijay, after refreshing I think it will be clear because I checked from my side. The video is getting clearly. Audio is also clear, I guess. Good evening Shivani. So those of you are new to my classes, this is the intro of me. These are the books I have written for CSIR-NET exam. These books are available in Amazon, Flipkart and scientificpub.com. You can search for it and get those books. These are, this book CSIR-NET General Aptitude and New Outlook is currently the bestseller book for CSIR-NET preparation. So the 6th edition of the book is available in market. Yesterday some of you were asking for the link. So that link, you can just search Christy Varghese book in Amazon or Flipkart, or in Google you will get the link of all these books. There are other 2 books also, the details I will show. Good evening Ankush, good evening Srinivas. So this is the detailed bio of me. So, and these are the other books. There is a flashcard booklet series for CSIR-NET exam and for Vedic mathematics. And these are some free online resources that you can access. One second. These free online resources, all the details are given here. You can access it. After the class, you can search for these titles to get the access to all these free online resources. There is a website, christyvarghese.in. Good evening, Anusha. And there is a YouTube channel, Christy's Classes. There's a WhatsApp discussion group. The details are given here. There's a Facebook page titled Christy's Classes itself. And there's a free Android application titled Christy's Classes itself. And these are the free online resources. And these are the courses I offer at my classes. There is online and classroom coaching courses. For General Aptitude section for NET exam, GATE exam, and for Vedic mathematics, I offer courses. This is one of the courses I offer online. So the details are given in the application Christy's Classes, which you can download from Android Play Store itself. If you are using an Android phone, all the details are given here. And as you know, I'm an educator in Unacademy also. This YouTube live session is in association with Unacademy. This is a series of YouTube live sessions I'm conducting for General Aptitude of CSIR-NET exam and other competitive exams. So Unacademy, as you know, is an online platform where you can get online courses, live online courses, attend for online courses with subscription, and there are many free classes also available in Unacademy. So those of you who want to take the subscription in Unacademy, you can remember this referral code CC10. By this referral code, you will get an extra discount for your subscription. So anyone interested or any of your friends interested in Unacademy courses, you can suggest them this referral code CC10. And these are the courses currently I'm running in Unacademy. Hello Uvashi. So comprehensive course on General Aptitude, that is the first course. That is 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. every day. There is live classes available in Unacademy Plus actually. And the second course is for Vedic mathematics, course on speed math techniques using Vedic mathematics and Mendel arithmetic. That will be a course that will be useful for every competitive exam where arithmetic steps are required. How to do your arithmetic in very less time, that is a focus of that course. So that will be a 30-hour course, and this comprehensive course on General Aptitude will be a 60-hour course. So all the 60 hours we will be discussing live itself. So you can make use of that opportunity to attend those live classes by taking the subscription in Unacademy. As I told, subscription, by taking one subscription in Unacademy, you will get access to all the classes of all the educators in Unacademy for CSIR-NET exam. So these are the topics we discussed in this comprehensive course on general aptitude. The whole syllabus of CSIR-NET Part A section will be discussed here. So all the topics we will discuss in detail. Every chapter we will devote 2 to 3 lectures each. By that we will discuss the theory also. We will discuss the practice questions also. We will discuss previous year questions also in detail in this course. And the second course, as I told, for speed math techniques using Vedic math and Mendel arithmetic. Anyone who heard about Vedic math and thought like I like to learn that Vedic math, you will be learning this Vedic mathematics and some other Mendel arithmetic techniques for doing math or doing basic arithmetic very fast in your mind itself. That will be the course on speed math techniques. And as I told, if you take the subscription in an academy, these are the features that you are getting by taking an academy plus subscription. These are the features you will be getting. Good evening, Shraddha. And as I told, for getting the subscription, you can remember the referral code CC10 for getting extra discount on your subscription. So there is 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, 12 month, 24 month subscriptions. All the details are given here. If you are opting for 1 month, you can access all the classes of Unacademy for CSIR-NET category for that month. But I will suggest that you can take for a 6 month or 12 month subscription, because now the June exam, it will be about 5 to 6 months. So by taking that 6 month subscription, you will get all the courses of all the educators in an academy for that 6 months. Every month the educators are educators are running new live courses. So all those courses you can access. As I told, after applying the referral code, you can see that the subscription fees will be reduced to that after discount amount. As I told, this is for 12 month subscription, but smaller subscriptions are available. 2100 rupees is for 1 month and so on. So if you are planning for an online coaching or online subscription package for CSIR-NET exam, definitely an academy is one good option. So that's it. That's the intro about an academy. As I am launching this lecture as part of my Unacademy series, that is why I gave the introduction about Unacademy and about the plus course feature in Unacademy. So let's start the questions. As we discussed the last 3 days, we were discussing 2019 December CSIR-NET general aptitude questions, part A questions. We are continuing that today also. Tomorrow also there will be lectures for the same topic. So this is one question which came from mathematical science, chemical science and earth science question paper. As I told, we will be discussing questions from all the science stream question papers. So this is one question, as I told, from mathematical science, chemical science and earth science question paper. So all of you make an attempt. If you haven't tried this before at the time of exam, or if you haven't seen this question paper before, please make an attempt now. I'm giving you 30 seconds for you to try. Please make an attempt, all of you. And if you got an answer, you can mention it in the comments. Once you start responding the answer, I'll start explaining also. Anyone got any answers? This is a question from the chapter average. Average is one of the relatively important chapter in CSIR-NET exam. The last 4 or 5 exams, every exam they ask at least one question from the section average. So this is an important topic for CSIR-NET part A section. In the plus course also, we are covering average in 3 different lectures. So I think many people have doubt about this question, so I will start explaining, I guess. So first I will explain the meaning of the question while you try the question. The mean of a set of 10 numbers is m. Yeah, the mean, if you simply see mean just means arithmetic mean, which you all have learned in school days. Arithmetic mean of 10 observations is m. Yeah, arithmetic mean, you know the definition, I am sure about it. Sum of observation divided by number of observation. So sum of observation divided by 10 number of observations, its average is m. Average or arithmetic mean is m. So if I say that the 10 observation, just for your understanding I'm writing, let the 10 observations be x1, x2, x3 up to x10. Just a name I'm giving just for referring them. Combining as in taking more numbers, right? Yes, Vijay, combining means taking more numbers. So x1, x2, x3 up to x10, if these are the 10 numbers that is referred in the first sentence, the meaning of the first sentence is x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus up to x10 divided by sum of observation is the numerator, denominator is number of observation, 10 numbers, so denominator is 10 only, that is equal to m. This is the first equation. So I think that is very clear. I'm just making you understand the question first. By combining with it a second set of m numbers, by combining with it. So this x1, x2, many people when they see this x1, x2, x3 up to x10, those kinds of terminology itself, they feel that these kinds of questions are tough. So if you have such a feeling, I will avoid that notation. I'll just call that this numerator I'm calling as sum 1. I'm calling it as sum 1. Sum 1 means initial set of observation, initial set of 10 observations. Sum I'm calling as sum 1, sum of those 10 observations. So I'm calling, so this sentence I can rewrite as sum 1 by 10. Now we can cross multiply it. Now sum 1 by 10 equal to m means sum 1 equal to 10 times m. Sum 1 is equal to 10 times m, I can say, by cross multiplying this 10 and calling this numerator as sum 1 just for convenience. Now read the second observation, second sentence. By combining with it, by combining with it means by adding with it a second set of m numbers. That means you are adding m more numbers to this, m more numbers to this. That means number of observations you are adding to it is m observations. The mean of the combined set becomes 10. So initially in the numerator x1, x2, x3 up to x10 are there. So if you denote the present situation, x1, x2, x3 up to x10 are already there. To that you are adding m more observation. I am calling that y1, y2, y3 up to ym. y2 up to ym. Why I am calling ym? Because m observation to refer them, I am just calling as it as y1 up to ym. Now combining them, now the mean will become 10. Now the mean will become 10 means x1, x2, x3 up to x10 plus y1, y2, y3 up to ym divided by sum of observation we have done in the numerator divided by what is number of observation. Earlier 10 observations were there. Now how many observations are there? M observations are there. So the number of observation combined mean I am writing 10 plus m will be the number of observation, denominator. Sum of observation divided by number of observation, the basic formula. I am applying this. So divided by 10 plus m, that is equal to the new mean. What is a new mean? New mean is becoming 10. The combined mean is 10. So this is the meaning, equal to 10. Are you agreeing this? Okay. So I think that much is clear. Prachi got option D as the answer. Let's see whether it is right. So now, as I told x1, x2, x3 up to x10, y1, y2, y3 up to ym. If that terminology is confusing you, x1, x2, x3 up to x10, I called it as sum 1. Sum 1. And y1, y2, y3, y2, ym, I'm calling it as sum 2. Sum 2. The question is asking finally what is sum 2? Sum of the second set of numbers, that is y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus up to ym. What is it? That is a question. So that for that I am calling it as sum 2. Sum 1 plus sum 2 divided by 10 plus sum equal to 10. So if I cross multiply it, 10 into 10 plus sum I can say. 10 into 10 plus sum. Are you agreeing this also? 10 into 10 plus m. Sum 1 I just did this, 10 plus m I just cross multiplied, and this numerator I wrote it in a simple way as sum 1 and sum 2 just to avoid the terminologies. So now sum 1 we already, from the first equation we already know that sum 1 is 10m, sum 1 is 10m, and sum 2 we want to find. So substitute it here. 10m plus sum 2 equal to, open the brackets, 10 into 10, 100 plus 10m, 100 plus 10m, So you can cancel the 10m that is there in both the sides. 10m cancels. So the remaining will be sum 2 is equal to 100, and that is the answer, option D, 100. Sum 2 is the question. y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus up to ym. What is it? That is the question. So that is nothing but 100 only, because the remaining 10m will get cancelled as it is there in both the sides. Yeah, this is a question where you should be very clear about the concept of average. Very simple concept. We are just applying it in an equation. That's the only thing we have to do. If there is a doubt, please mention in the comments. If it is clear, please mention that also in the comments. This question, this is the direct method. If you want, you can take an example, but example is not that easy to construct. You can construct, but not that simple to construct. That's why direct method itself is fine. Clear? Okay. So if there is any argument regarding any other option, you can mention, so that I will clarify why option D itself will be the answer. Clear? So if that is clear, we can go to the next question. If anyone wants any clarification, please mention. If it is clear, we can go to the next question. So option D is the answer. Combined number means more than 10. Okay, I will simultaneously show the second question so that others can try, and I will explain the doubt of the previous question. Combined number means more than 10. Yeah, combined number will be more than 10, Shraddha, because earlier there were 10 observations. Now there is m observation. So after combining, there is 10 plus m observations. Sir, if it is sum of combined set task, yeah, if it is combined set task, then the answer will be 10m plus 100. Correct, perfectly correct. Here the question is not asking the sum of combined set. Na? Question is only asking the sum of second set. First set we already found. Sum of second set we have to find. Okay, the question that is shown in the screen, I think all of you tried it. So this also was a question asked in December 2019 mathematical science question paper, chemical science question paper, and earth science question paper. As I told in the first 3 lectures, mathematical science, chemical science, and earth science are the same question paper. Life sciences and physical science are the same question paper. So after this question, I will show you a life sciences question paper and physical sciences question paper. So this is a simple counting problem. Yeah, counting problem, there are 2 types. One type where you have to use some formula or technique. Second type where you have to manually count. Which type to use, you have to determine by looking at the options. Look at the options. All the options are very small. The maximum value coming here is 12. So counting till 12 is not a difficult task. So there is no need of a technique. And here using a technique will be more complicated here, because the figure is not that symmetric. There are cases where you can use techniques that we will discuss in the geometry class. For example, if the question is something like this, there is formula, or 2 more lines, still there is formula. Or if it is vertically cut like this, 1, 2, all these have formulas, all these have techniques. But this is not a symmetric shape like this, and there is no need of formula also. Even if the question is like this, that is a symmetric shape, that definitely you can use that techniques. As that will take a lot of time to explain now about that, we will discuss that in a later lecture, if possible in a later YouTube lecture. Otherwise, in at least a plus course that we are running in Unacademy, we will discuss that. So this question, some of you got the answer option D, and you are right, option D is the right answer. The number of triangles in the figure. So I will show you the count. All of you, those of you who didn't get the answer, listen to this counting. Look at the counting, all of you. First triangle, we will go for the smaller triangle first. First triangle, second triangle, third triangle, fourth triangle, fifth triangle. Is this much clear? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 triangles you can see. Now we can see little more bigger triangle. This one is the sixth triangle. Sixth triangle means this triangle is what I am showing. Sixth triangle. Similarly, there is a seventh triangle here. Similarly, there is a seventh triangle here. So 7 triangles. I think this much is clear. Now we are going to more triangles. So please make sure that you understood the 7 triangles. so that I'm going to erase this erase this marking and show you the other markings, otherwise it will get confused. So this 7 triangles you are clear. If this 7 triangles you are clear means I will show you the remaining triangles possible. So the remaining triangles are the 2 by 1 triangles, we can say this one. So 7 triangles already count, 8th triangle and the 9th triangle. So 9 triangles is clear, I guess. So 9 triangles. Similarly, in the other direction, 2 more triangles are there. 8 and 9 is done. So in the other direction means like this. Look at this triangle and this triangle, that is 9. This is 10th triangle and this is 11th triangle. So 11 triangle done. Finally, the biggest triangle. Biggest triangle means this triangle. So this triangle is the biggest triangle. So that is the 12th triangle. So that is option D. 12 is the answer. Yeah, luckily here the maximum option is 12, so there is no doubt that we have missed any triangles, because you got 12 triangles and the maximum option is 12 now. So answer option itself is giving you a confidence that 12 will be the answer. I'm telling about an exam scenario, because in these kinds of question the major doubt many people have is after counting they will be just doubting whether we have missed any count or not. So here, as the option itself, maximum option is 12. There is no doubt at all. 12 is the right answer. If there is any doubt, please ask. If you want me to count it again, please mention. So option D is the right answer. Should I repeat, Anusha? Okay, it is clear, I guess. So then I will show you one more counting question which came in December 2019 exam itself, but this came in the other set, life sciences question paper and physical sciences question paper. This question was there. Instead of triangle, here the question is asking to count the number of rectangles. But one more thing is mentioned, non-square rectangles. Non-square rectangle means every squares are rectangles now. Squares are just special rectangles, but in this question we don't want all the rectangles, we want only the typical rectangles. Typical rectangle means rectangles which are not squares. For example, this is also a rectangle, this square is also a rectangle, but that rectangle we don't want. We want typical rectangle, non-square rectangles only we want. Rectangles whose all sides are not equal. So make an attempt and mention your answers if you got any. I'm giving you 30 seconds to mention your answers. C option. Okay. Any other answers? C option some of you got. Let's see whether it is correct. C option. Okay, very good. C option. Yeah, it is a perfectly correct answer. C option is the right answer here. So I will show you how C option is the answer. So first rectangles we can start counting from the smallest rectangles. So first rectangle is this one. This one, 1. Then second, third one, vertically these 3, and vertically this is also a rectangle, and horizontally this one and this one. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rectangles, that is 2 by 1 or 1 by 2 rectangles. There are 6 of them. 2 by 1 or 1 by 2 rectangles. That means 2 column 1 row, or 1 column 2 row. So this 6, all of you are clear, I guess, so that I can erase it and start the next set of 3 by 1 and 1 by 3 rectangles. 3 by 1 and 1 by 3 rectangles. So 3 by 1 rectangles. So 6 already counted. One more This is the 3 by 1 rectangle. This is another one. This is another one, 1 by 3 rectangle. So that 3 is also clear, I guess. So 6 plus 3, 9 rectangles already. But there is one more remaining, which is the last one. Last one is the 4 by 1 rectangle, or 1 by 4 rectangle, we can say. 4 rows and 1 column, this one. So that is the 10th one. Yeah, those of you got option B, I think that is a rectangle you may have missed. So 6 plus 3 plus 1, 10 rectangles will be there. That's why option C is the answer. If there is a doubt, please mention. So the please make sure you understood that 4 by 1 rectangle. It's a very simple question. Systematic counting is the only thing needed here. As I told, in this question also there is no need of any shortcut technique or anything, because the count is just 10, 11 range. Na? Is it clear to all of you? Please mention in the comments if it is clear. So option C was the answer for that question. If anyone wants me to repeat the solution, please ask. Otherwise, you can try the next question. Question number 4. This also was a question which came in life sciences question paper and physical science question paper. Clear? Okay, very good. Then please try this question. 30 seconds I'm giving for you to try it and mention the answer. Yeah, I know that 30 seconds is not enough, but we can't spend more than that in a 1 hour lecture. Na? Some of you may have seen this at the time of exam itself. That's why some of you can respond faster. It's a question from the data interpretation chapter. Data interpretation is a very important chapter in NET exam. Every exam minimum one question is there from data interpretation. Either a data will be given. Data may be a graph, a Venn diagram, or a pie chart, or a histogram, or a line graph, or a scatter plot, or a bar chart. So anything can be a data. So here a line graph is given, speed time graph is given. So analyzing the speed time graph, analyzing the situation, we have to find which speed time graph is representing that situation. So that is what the question is asking. So some of you got option B as the answer. So the detailed theory we cannot discuss now. I'll just show you the shorter way we can eliminate the options and reach the answer. Speed time graph, those of you have a good physics background, or those of you remember the school physics, it's a very simple concept. If you don't know that also, you can definitely do this question. Just taking speed as a variable itself, you can understand it. Yeah, basically you know what is speed now in real life. The speed of a scooter, speed of a cycle, speed of a running man. So you know speed of a bus. Those things we already know. So the question is saying a girl is running at constant speed to catch a bus which is stationary. So the bus is stationary in the beginning. That is what the question says. Stationary means, remember, the speed is 0. That's the meaning. For at least some time the speed should be 0 for the bus. It's a speed time graph now. So at least for some time the speed should be at the 0 level. That's the meaning of the first sentence. I think that is clear to all of you. Before she reaches the bus, that means after some time only she reached the means after some time, after for some time she was running, but just before she reaches the bus itself, the bus leaves. Before means how much time before, we don't know. Maybe just before, or maybe a little time, time difference is there. The bus leaves and moves with a constant acceleration. The bus leaves and moves with a constant acceleration. That means bus is not stationary anymore. Bus is starting to move. That means speed will increase. Constant acceleration means speed will increase constantly. Speed will increase constantly with time. That means like this. Which one of these graphs describes the situation correctly? As I told, in these kinds of question, elimination is the best way. Eliminate 3 options and the remaining can be the answer. That is a least time consuming method. I tell to my classroom students and my online coaching students that always remember time is the most important factor in a competitive exam. So always try to use a method which will reduce the time. So slope is constant. Exactly, Ramya, the slope should be constant as constant acceleration. When you derivate speed, you are getting acceleration. Derivate with respect to time. So that much theory I'm not going. Without the theory itself, we can finish this question. So as I told, girl and bus are the two things. Now girl is represented by the dotted line. First we will analyze the girl. About the girl, we know that, or yeah, whichever one you can start, we can analyze the girl itself. The girl is running at a constant speed now throughout this situation. The girl's speed is not changing, but girl's speed is a constant with respect to time. It's a speed time graph. It's not a distance time graph. It's a speed time graph. That means whatever time her speed should be same. That should be a non-zero speed. So definitely option A or option B is possible. C and D is not possible, because look at C and D. The dotted line is increasing with respect to time. Speed is increasing with respect to time means what? Speed is increasing with respect. 1 second. Okay. Speed is increasing with respect to time means definitely 1 second. Let me just see whether this charging is connected. So in this case, option C and D is wrong, because here the speed is increasing with respect to time. But the question clearly says it's a constant speed. Constant speed means it should be parallel to the x-axis. If the speed was 10 km per hour, it is constantly 10 km per hour. If this is 10, it is always 10. That is kept in option A and option B. That is why C option and D option is eliminated, because here it is increasing. Initially speed is 0, then speed is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. With respect to time, speed is increasing. That is called acceleration. But it is constant speed means zero acceleration. So definitely C and D option is eliminated due to that fact itself. C and D option are eliminated. But for A option, graph of bus. Exactly, Ramya, that is the next point that I am going to discuss. So C option and D option, I think all of you are clear about that. Why C option and D option are wrong. C option and D option are eliminated. Now A option and B option are remaining. For that, now we have to analyze a bus. Initially bus was stationary, na? Bus was not moving for some time. Not moving means speed should be zero at that time. Exactly what B option is saying. For some time, for this much time, the speed is zero. The dark line is the bus movement, na? So definitely speed is zero. So that is correct. That is why option B is the right answer. And look at option A. That is clearly eliminated, because option A says that from the beginning itself the bus was moving. Beginning itself the bus had some speed, increasing speed. So that is not acceptable, because from the beginning the bus was not moving. Bus was moving only after some time. That is exactly represented in graph B, not in graph A. That is why graph A is eliminated. So graph B is the right answer. Did you all understood this? Please mention if it is clear. If not, please mention your doubt. So A option, C option and D option are eliminated. So B option is the right answer. And B option is perfectly interpreting the meaning of the situation. The girl's speed was constant always, and the bus was stationary for some time. After that, the bus moved at a constant acceleration. Constant acceleration means speed should be like this. In the speed time graph, the slope should be constant. It cannot be an exponential growth. Exponential growth, here it is exponential growth. That is not at all possible. That option was already eliminated. That is why we don't have to worry about that at all. Sir, how option C for acceleration? Exactly here, in option C, Bijal, the acceleration is increasing actually. Question didn't say acceleration increase. Acceleration is constant. Is also wrong. With respect to the bus movement also it is wrong. With respect to the girl movement also it is wrong. So that is the idea of that question. So option B is the answer. If that is clear, please try this question. I'm giving you some time, 30 seconds to 1 minute maximum. Please try this question. Hello. Hello all. Welcome back. Hello. Am I audible? Okay. Just refresh from your side. I think it will be clear. Just refresh the video. Okay, I think the video is working now, I guess. Now both clear. Okay, so I think then we can continue. Is the video working? Is the video working? Visible now. Okay, then we can continue. So slides are all changing but not the screen. Yeah, I was just checking what is the setting for that. Okay, I think it is working now. Okay. Okay. So sorry for the trouble. We lost about five minutes at least, I guess, in between. There was a power failure here actually. Sorry for that. So we can continue the lecture. So this question is what we were discussing. So please try this question. I hope all of you tried this question. So we will discuss this question now. What is the ratio of the surface area of a cube with side 1 centimeter to the total surface area of the cubes formed by breaking the original cube into identical cubes of side 1 millimeter? So this question you should clearly understand what the question is asking. Question is saying that there is a cube. The cube is actually 1 centimeter is the side length of the cube. 1 centimeter means to all the sides 1 centimeter. Cube, you know what is a cube now. For example, this cube you can say a Rubik's cube, you know a Rubik's cube now. So like a Rubik's cube there is a cube and that cube is 1 centimeter to all the sides. It is 1 centimeter. It is 1 centimeter to all the sides. So 1 centimeter here, 1 centimeter here, all the sides are 1 centimeter. So that cube we are breaking it into small cubes and the small cubes side length will be 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter. So first of all, this millimeter centimeter you have to make it in 1 unit. I think all of you know 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. That all of you know, I guess. So if you know that, we can convert everything in millimeter and then do the question. That will be easier to analyze. So this 1 centimeter I can write it as 10 millimeter. A 1 centimeter in a scale, you can see that is divided into 10 units. Now I am telling to the people who are not that with the mathematical background. So 1 centimeter is divided into 10 units, that is 1 millimeter each. So 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters, that is clear. So 10 millimeter is the side length of this cube. All the sides are 10 millimeter. So that 10 millimeter side length cube is broken into small cubes. Every cube is 1 millimeter side length, 1 millimeter, like this. So can you respond in the comments how many cubes will be there? How many cubes will be there? If you got that idea, that can save 1 or 2 steps actually. If you didn't get that idea, I will tell you how to find that also. My question is, the question is saying that the cubes are broken into smaller cubes. Each identical cube side length is 1 millimeter each. Then my question now is, then what will be the number of cubes? It is invisible. Is it visible now? Clear now? Okay. Yeah, I was saying that it was not visible for few time. I was saying that 1 centimeter is 10 millimeter. So 10 millimeter is the side length of the big cube. There is a cube whose side length is 10 millimeter. That 10 millimeter cube is broken into small cubes of 1 millimeter each. So this was 1 centimeter means 10 millimeter. So this is broken into small cubes, and each of the cube is 1 millimeter side length, 1 millimeter. So my question is, how many such cubes will be formed? How many smaller cubes will be formed from that big cube? How many smaller cubes of 1 millimeter? If you can just think about the picture itself, you can find how many. If you got that, you can save some time in calculation. That is what I was saying. If you are not getting, I will show you a mathematical way. Okay, Prachi got 1000. Others, any answer? How many cubes you can form? Prachi got 1000. And that is perfectly correct. There are 1000 cubes. Why 1000 cubes? Because if you, this side length is 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter is broken into 10 pieces like this. Look at the cube that I have drawn here, like the Rubik's cube. 1 side length 10. Row wise also 10, column wise also 10, and to the third axis also 10. So 10 into 10 into 10, 1000 cubes will be there. If you are breaking that cube of 10 millimeter side length into smaller cubes of 1 millimeter side length, the number of sides will be 10 into 10 into 10, 1000. Yes, Umang, exactly 10 into 10 into 10, 1000 smaller cubes will be there. If that logic is not clear, I will just mention how to find that value with the help of mathematics. The first volume is what? Yeah, you should be clear about these things, the volume of a cube and surface area of a cube. So this is a flashcard which shows all those things that is needed for your NET exam and GATE exam part, general aptitude section. These formulas, it is better to know. So surface area of a cube is 6a square, volume of a cube is a cube. I don't think anyone have doubt. I am just saying that this is these things you should remember. If you are not remembering, please learn these things. Can all of you see the lecture? Yes, Ankush, just refresh it. I think then the problem will be here. There is no issue now. There is no technical error now. So I think you can just refresh it and it will be clear. So surface area is 6a square and volume of the cube is a cube. Volume is a cube means side length cube will be the volume. Side length cube will be the volume. So definitely the volume of the big cube was side length cube, that is a cube. Sorry, side length is 10 millimeter na. 10 millimeter cube, 10 cube, that is 1000 is the volume of the 1000 millimeter cube will be the volume of the big cube. Now what is the volume of the small cube? V2. I am calling V2. Every small cube is 1 millimeter side length na. So 1 millimeter, the whole cube is 1 only. So but the volume should add up na. We don't know how many small cubes are there, so you can assume that n cubes are there. So n into the volume of one cube should be equal to the volume of the big cube. That means n into 1 is equal to 1000. N into 1 equal to 1000 means n is equal to 1000. This is a mathematical way to find the 1000 if you are not getting the idea. If you are not getting the idea, this is the mathematical way, but I don't think this is needed. If you have that picture in your mind, 10 10 1 1 1 1, one side is 10, another side 1 1 1 1 10, third side also 1 1 1 1 10 times. So definitely 10 into 10 into 10. Otherwise, look at this picture. This is a facing side, 1 meter, 1 millimeter, 1 millimeter, 1 millimeter, like that. There are 10, 1 1 1 1 1, there are 10 here also, and to the third axis there is one more 10. So 10 into 10 into 10, 1000. That is a easier way to say that there are smaller 1000 cubes. So this cube figure I have shown, this is a representation. We can say these are the 1000 small cubes. Now the question is asking to compare the surface areas of these two sets. Surface areas of these two sets means surface area of the big cube and surface area of this 1000 small cubes. Surface area of the big cube and surface area of 1000 small cube. That is what the question is meaning, that what is the ratio of surface area of cube of side 1 centimeter. Surface area I am denoting by the word A. Area of big cube. Big cube I am representing by BC. Big cube divided by area of surface area of small cube. But how many small cubes are there? 1000 small cubes are there. That we found by the logical idea or the mathematical idea I just explained. So the question is asking 1000 times, area of big cube divided by 1000 into area of small cube. So area of big cube and area of small cube we have to find. Area, as I told, surface area is 6 times a square, because one side is a square. There are 6 squares like that, na? So there are two methods you just discussed to find the number of cubes, right? Close connection in between. Yes, Bijal, there are two methods. One is a logical method, as I told. The logical method is you can just have the picture in the mind, the three-dimensional picture in the mind. One side is 10 millimeter, second side 10 millimeter, third side 10 millimeter. So if you are dividing it into 1 1 1 1 each, 10 into 10 into 10, 1000 cubes will be there. That was the idea. Is it clear, Bijal? So after finding that 1000, just to find how many cubes are there, we use that idea 1000. But the question finally is asking to compare surface areas, na? So area of big cube and area of small cubes, 1000 small cubes we have to compare. Area of big cube and area of 1000 small cubes we have to compare. So area of big cube is what? 6 times a square. 6 times, as I told, these formulas you should remember. 6 times side length square. Side length is 10 millimeter, na? As I told, 1 centimeter you corrected it to 10 millimeter because we want everything in one unit. Why multiply by Bijal? Why multiply by 1000, Bijal? Because there are 1000 small cubes, na? Look at the picture I have shown here. This is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one, this is the fourth one, this is the fifth one. There are 1000 such cubes. We have to find the surface areas of all the total surface area of the cubes formed by. That is a question saying total surface area of the cubes formed by breaking the original cube into identical cubes. We know that there are 1000 identical cubes. That is why 1 cube area you find, 1 cube surface area you find, and then multiply it by 1000 such cube surface area. So that is the idea. So we can do that by 6a square is area of big cube. 6a square means 10 millimeter. 6 into 10 square. 6 into 10 square will be that area divided by 1000 times area of small cube. Exactly, Bijal, since total is needed. Area of 1 cube is how much? 6 times 1 square. 6 times 1 square. Why? Because 1 millimeter is the side length of every small cube, na? So if you take out 1 cube from this, it will look like this. And that cube, the side length is 1 millimeter only. So the surface area is asked. Surface area is 6 into 1 square. And this numerator is the big cube. That is 6 into 10 square. Now we have to compare these two. Comparing these two, can you cancel it and tell me the final answer? All of you? What will be the final answer? Dividing, you will get the final answer. Please mention your answers if you got. B. Very good. That is 6 into 10 square. 6 into 100 divided by 1000 into 6. 6 and 6 cancels. 100 and 1000 cancels to get 1 by 10. So the answer is 1 by 10. That is option B. Just for your understanding, I wrote the steps. Actually, no step is needed if you understood this concept well. But this, the people who are attending the class and the people who are going to watch this recording later, there may be people who are not in touch with maths. So that is why I just wrote the steps. You can mention what is, if there is any doubt, please mention. 1000 into, I think all of you understood why 1000 into. First, one surface area, there are 1000 such surface areas. Na? Surface area means painting. In one of the previous class, in one of the previous Unacademy special lecture, I mentioned when to use surface area, when to use volume, when to use perimeter formula. Surface area is used when, for example, if you are painting a surface, the amount of paint needed. Clearly that is surface area, because to paint means you have to paint all over the surface. Simultaneously I am showing the next question also. Please try this question also. So yeah, to paint a surface you have to consider the surface area. But for example, if there is a cube bottle or something, a bottle in the shape of a cube, if you want to fill water, how much water you can fill completely in this? That is a volume. That is equal to the volume of the container. That is, a capacity is always called volume. So you have to use a volume formula when capacity is asked. If something is coated over the surface or painted over the surface, there it is surface area. And if you want to put something, a boundary line, that is called perimeter. That normally comes for a two-dimensional geometrical shape. For example, if you are buying a land, and putting a fence over the land, the amount of rope needed to make the fence, that will correspond to the perimeter of that shape, perimeter of that land. But if you want to grow a land over it, grow a lawn over it, a grass lawn over it, the region you are covering, that is called area of that two-dimensional shape. So for two-dimensional shape, perimeter and area. For three-dimensional shape, surface area and volume. These two things, where to apply, you should be very clear. That is why this flashcard, this is part of my classes itself, this flashcard content. So some of them I am showing in the class itself, which is more relevant for the questions we are discussing. Here I have compiled all the perimeter, area, surface area, volume that is asked commonly in NET exam and GATE exams. So you can take a screenshot of this, or you can use this after the class. This in this video itself you can refer this flashcard, which will be useful for any competitive exam. So simultaneously, I think you have tried this question also. Some of you mentioned option D is the answer. Let's see whether it is correct. I think all of you got enough time to try this question. Which of the following 7-digit numbers cannot be perfect squares? So this question is a question which is checking whether you know the properties of perfect squares or not. Whether you know the properties of perfect squares or not, that is what the question is checking. So properties of perfect squares means, what is the last digit of a perfect square, what is the 10th digit of a perfect square, these kinds of things you should be clear. So I will just give a brief discussion about this for you to understand. As I told, this is a very detailed topic, but I will just give a brief introduction about this topic, how to identify a perfect square. For that brief introduction, I will just use this flashcard that will help you out. So the question is asking these three numbers whether they are perfect squares or not, A, B, C. So with respect to this table, I will explain. This is another flashcard which explains the properties of perfect squares. First property you have to learn about perfect square, about the unit digit of perfect square is, unit digit of a perfect square can only be 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9. It cannot be any other digits. Any other digits means the remaining digits are 2, 3, 7, 8. Perfect squares last digit cannot be 2, 3, 7, 8. It cannot be 2, 3, 7, 8. If you are seeing a number with last digit 2 or 3 or 7 or 8, you can be 100% sure that is not going to be a perfect square. And the people who don't know the terminology, what is a perfect square just means square of a natural number, square of a natural number. Square of a natural number or square of integer we can say. Square of an integer is called a perfect square. 36 is a perfect square because it is 6 square. I'm telling this because some people from life science or life science people maybe who are not in touch with math may be doubtful about what is perfect square. Just to remind you, I know that most of you know about it. So 36 is a perfect square because it is 6 square or minus 6 square. But 35 is not a perfect square because square root of 35 is not a natural number or not a integer. So that is a perfect square. So these are some properties you can remember. No perfect square ends with 2, 3, 7, 8. In this question also, it is ending with 6, 5, 0. So that is okay. That doesn't eliminate any option. That doesn't eliminate A, B or C from the list of perfect squares. But there is one more property or one more topic that you have to learn. What is the tens digit of a perfect square? Look at these numbers given. Here the question is giving the last 2 digits is 26. Option A 26. Sorry, question A number is 26 ending, B number is 75 ending, C number is 10 ending. But for tens digit of a perfect square also there are some properties. That is what I am teaching you. If the unit digit, that is the last digit of a perfect square is 0, its tens digit can only be 0. Again, all these have reasons also. Otherwise, I think in school days we have discussed this property that every perfect square ends with even number of zeros only. It cannot have, perfect square can only end in even number of zero. Odd number of zeros are not possible. Again, that also have a reason. That reasons we can discuss only in a detailed course or detailed lecture. So for the time's sake, if the 0 is a last digit of a perfect square, its tens digit can only be 0. For making you understand what it is, look at the last row in this flashcard. Look at the last row. Look at the last row. 100 is a perfect square. It is 10 square. 400 is a perfect square. 900 is a perfect square. 1600 is a perfect square. 2500 is a perfect square. 3600 is a perfect square. And all those numbers, they are ending in 0, 0 only. If the last digit is 0, tens digit also will be only 0. If tens digit is not 0, you can be 100% sure that that is not going to be a perfect square. That is why C, the number given C, the number C cannot be a perfect square. Whatever be the number before, whatever be the digits before that, this C cannot be a perfect square because it is 1, 0 ending. As I told, if unit digit is 0, tens digit can only be 0. It cannot be 1, 0. It cannot be 2, 0. It cannot be 3, 0. 4, 0, 5, 0, 6, 0, 7, 0, 8, 0, 9, 0. All these are not possible last 2 digits for perfect squares. Is it clear? All of you? Please mention if it is clear. That is why among these 3, C can be eliminated. C cannot be a perfect square. Now you have to think about A and B. All of you, can you mention whether it is clear till now? Or if you have a doubt, please mention in the comments. Okay, it is clear. So now I am discussing about the other numbers. Look at 75. We are investigating whether B is possible for a perfect square. Okay, before that, this XYZ just means random digits. XYZ just means random digits, any digit. But that doesn't matter at all. Just by looking at the last 2 digits itself, you can check whether it is perfect square or not. So 75 ending perfect square is also not possible because of this property. Look at this property I am marking here. If the unit digit of a perfect square is 5, if a unit digit of a perfect square is 5, its tens digit can only be 2. If unit digit is 5, its tens digit can only be 2. Exactly, Ramya, before 5 it should be 2. That means if a perfect square ends in 5, it should end in 25. Simply speaking, that is the idea. If a perfect square ends in 5, it can only end in 25. Or a little more elaborately, we can say a perfect square cannot end in 15. It cannot end in 05. It cannot end in 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. It can end in 25. Again, that is only a necessary condition, that is not sufficient. That doesn't mean that every 25 ending numbers are perfect square. No. I am just saying that it is a necessary condition that if it is ending in 5, its tens digit should be 2 only. It cannot be anything else. That is why we eliminated B. That is why we eliminated B, because it is ending in 75. Again, for analyzing, for learning, or for understanding that property, look at this row. 5 square 25, 15 square 225 ending in 25, 625 ending in 25, 1225 ending in 25, 2025 ending in 25, 3025. It will go on like that. That is a speciality of squaring a number ending in 5. There is a property also that we will discuss in Vedic math lecture. K5 square is k into k plus 1 into 25. Any number ending in 5 can be squared by taking k into k plus 1 comma 25 idea. So that is why statement, this B option can also be eliminated. B option can also be eliminated. B option means the number B can also be eliminated because it is ending in 75. 75 cannot be the last 2 digits of a perfect square. 75 cannot be a last 2 digits of a perfect square. Now look at A. Look at A. A ending with 26. Again, that is also not possible. That is a third thing I am teaching you. 26 ending perfect square also is not possible, because if a perfect square ends in 6, its tens digit can only be odd number. Tens digit can be any odd number, but it cannot be an even number. That is the idea. If the unit digit ends in 6, or a unit digit is 6, its tens digit should be only an odd number. That means, look at this row, 4 square 16, that is 1 6, perfect square it is. 196, 9 6, odd number followed by 6. 7 6 is possible, 5 6 is possible, 3 6 is possible, 1 6 is possible. Look at this row also, that also ends in 6. 36, 56 ending is possible, 76 ending is possible, 96 ending is possible, 1 6 ending is possible, 3 6 ending is possible. That means if the last digit is 6, tens digit should compulsorily be an odd number. It cannot be an even number. And in this question, the number A given, 7 digit number A, it is even number in the tens digit and last digit is 6. That is not possible. Or simply speaking, if you see 06, 26, 46, 66, 86, you can see that last 2 digits are these possibilities. You can be 100% sure that will not be a perfect square, because these all are even numbers in tens digit. Only when last digit is 6 this property holds. More properties I have given here. When the last digit is 1, 4 or 9, its tens digit can only be even. That also you can learn from this table. So by that idea, the number A cannot be perfect square, B cannot be perfect square, C cannot be perfect square. I am just summarizing that what I told now. C cannot be perfect square because a 0 ending perfect square, its tens digit can only be 0. If it is not 0, not a perfect square. A 5 ending perfect square, its tens digit can only be 2. If not, that is not a perfect square. So here it is not 2, that is why B is not a perfect square. Now a 6 ending perfect square, its tens digit can only be any of the odd number. Any of the odd number possibility, again just a necessary condition, not sufficient condition. That is why even number is 2. That is why A is also not a perfect square. That is why which of the following 7 digits cannot be perfect square means all 3 cannot be perfect square. So option D is the answer. So option D is the answer. Yeah, I am stopping it here actually. So there is as I told, that power error, the technical error is still there, so I am not extending. More doubts we will discuss in tomorrow's class. So tomorrow also 5 to 6 there will be a lecture. So again sorry for the technical inconvenience occurred in between. So tomorrow 5 to 6 we will discuss more question. You can bring all the doubts of today's class also for tomorrow's class. Actually I am not able to see the comments now, so more. Thank you. So I think I am audible now also. So thank you all. All of you are welcome for 8 PM class today for General Aptitude, comprehensive course on General Aptitude, which I am running in Unacademy. So those of you are not aware about Unacademy, just download the Unacademy application from Play Store, or in the website unacademy.com you can search for my name, Christy Varghese. There you can watch all the special lectures and the plus courses that I am delivering. As I told, the Unacademy subscription you can take with the referral code CC10. So thank you all.